work at Walmart in Janesville. Straighten it up.
Before you run, you have to learn how to walk.
Wait a minute. Before we get this United States Senate campaign started, let me tell you a little bit about who Robert Gerald Lorge is. He was born the son of State Senator Gerald Lorge and Tina Ziegler Lorge at the New London Community Hospital. Back then, it was called St. Mary's Hospital. You might say Robert Lorge is a born Christian Republican.
Here's a Lorge fundraising event from 1975 with John Gillespie and my father and my brother and myself watching my mother pin a corsage on Congressman Tom Petrie. All have run for the United States Senate, all except my mother, of course.
Robert was a patriotic president of his class at St. Mary's Grade School. Note the tie. In high school, Robert excelled at extemporaneous speaking and debate, and attended the Melvin Laird Fellowship and graduated with honors at Clintonville Senior High School, one of the 12 national Project Bright high schools.
After high school, I enrolled at the University of Wisconsin-Madison to study medicine, later switching to law and politics. I attended the University of Freiburg in Germany and was privileged to write on the Berlin Wall, "Lorge says wall must come down." With the help of Ronald Reagan, it did within the next 10 years.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
At law and politics at Lancaster University in England, home of the War of the Roses, where I met my wife Charn. We were married shortly thereafter during my first year of law school at Marquette University. I later went on to practice law with my father in our family practice at Bear Creek, Wisconsin, where I practice today. In 2002, I was your nominee for Secretary of State.
Robert has built a statewide grassroots campaign with Republican supporters and friends in every congressional district and county across Wisconsin.
And of course, that's why I take my lovely wife Charn with me to presidential rallies, caucuses, and Lincoln and Reagan Day dinners.
Especially after the tragedy of 9/11, Robert became active in politics to fight the war on terror, the culture wars, and the trade wars.
That's why I've been endorsed by the Free Trade Movement and over 50 pro-democracy groups worldwide, and groups like Pro-Life Wisconsin and EMPO, the Project to Elect Mediators to Public Office, and Second Amendment groups and other groups. But you know, along the way, I've taken the advice of longtime family friends like former Governor Lee Sherman Dreyfus on how to beat a multimillionaire who thinks he can buy the office.
A lot of people said last time that I did not announce early enough, and I said, what do you mean? I'm running against Herb Cole. And my goal was up. But anyway, early enough, and I said, what do you mean? I'm running against Herb Cole. And my goal was up. But anyway, we're going to beat Herb Cole. And there's a lot of ways in which we're going to do it. As the campaign unfolds, you'll see exactly where our plans are. But just let me ask one simple.
Our grassroots campaign will energize our Republican base and appeal to independent voters as well. With support from pro-family and pro-life groups, Robert Lorge will defeat his Democrat opponent, and so will our good friend and next Wisconsin Governor, Mark Green, and our entire Republican team. Because Republicans are the party of great ideas.
Culture. So that's the third war. The culture wars. Terror war, trade wars, culture wars. We have to win them all. And to do that, we have to defeat our enemies. And that includes.
With immigration demonstrations across the country, Americans now see how Homeland Security connects the trade wars and the war on terror, which is why Robert Lorge supports our longtime family friend and fellow conservative Congressman Jim Sensenbrenner, who sits on the Congressional Judiciary Committee, which is why we need to elect Robert Lorge to replace his Democrat opponent on the Senate Judiciary Committee so that together they can work to appoint well-qualified, pro-family, and pro-life judges for a change.
I will defeat my Democrat opponent because for 18 years he's done nothing for nobody. He truly is nobody's senator at all. He's neglected our small towns and counties, our villages, our municipalities, and even the city of Milwaukee. He's voted for trade agreements with Communist China and Communist Vietnam. He's a Jane Fonda Democrat who has an F rating from the National Taxpayer Union. We need to elect Robert Lorge to the U.S. Senate because we need to bring back quality American jobs.
Who is obviously learned, and then our other senator who's there like he's visiting the country club. And yet, people call and say, well, is someone going to challenge Cole in the primary? They say, no, he's too strong. Everybody likes her Cole. Well, is anybody going to challenge him in the general election? I don't know. He's pretty tough. He's got a lot of money. He has a basketball stadium named after him. He owns the Bucks. He's pretty good at country club living. Well, isn't there somebody who can stand up and say, I don't have the millions, but I've got some ideas and I have some capability of bringing those ideas to fruition, and happily, there's someone in the room tonight who is it official yet, Senator, that you are willing to step up to the plate and say, I'll take on the millionaire? And I'll give you advice. I say, nobody's senator at all. Nobody's senator but yours, he says. And I would say, nobody's senator at all. I mean, he's not any functioning senator at all. Why doesn't he come home and build stadiums for himself and leave the Senate seat to somebody else? But anyway, Senator, come on up.
Not only is Robert an attorney and small business owner, but a farmer as well, so you know he is not afraid to work hard on this campaign to bring back American jobs with a lot of great Republican ideas.
I don't know what I will put right now, but I like to think that in America it's about issues. It's about you, the people of the state of Wisconsin, and people all across America who get up every day and work hard for what they want. Only to have liberals, like my opponent, the Democratic senator, think that they're entitled to the lion's share of your blood, sweat, and tears. We know as Republicans that you will do better with your money than what the government does with it. It's always been that way. But yet they still don't get our religion. I believe that we have to follow Lincoln. We have to build up America. Lincoln did it originally with the rail acts. He created the modern railroad system. That started out as a railroad lawyer.
So now here we are in Robert's home county of Outagamie at the State Republican Party Convention, and you've heard why we need to send Robert Lorge to Washington, D.C. to represent Wisconsin's hard-working families for a change. It is time for a change. Our choice is clear. Vote Lorge for Wisconsin.
I'm Robert Gerald Lorge, and I want to be everybody's senator, especially yours. I pledge to work hard for Wisconsin's hardworking families every day, and that's why I approve this message. I want your support, I need your support, and I'm asking for your support. Together, we will build our Republican victory. So let's get this campaign on the road.
John's parking the truck.
Vote Lorge, U.S. Senate. Everybody's senator, especially yours.